Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. Happy Monday. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video, and my current strategy is to deposit $100 of my own money per week and let that portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward. All dividends received will be reinvested back into the stock from which it was received. My goal is to put this money to work for me in the long term to build a growing and reliable income stream. I am a long-term buy and hold investor who focuses primarily on individual blue chip stocks as well as ETFs and CEFs. What we're looking at right now is my M1 taxable stock brokerage account, and we'll take a look at the performance here. We'll go year to date. We can see we're almost up 4% for the year. Let's zoom back to last quarter, 2.89%. Look at the last month. You can see in the last month, though, we got a big dip of 4.32%. Let's look at the last week. And we can see from the last week, we're just up slightly 0.21%. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into the activity log because we want to see where that $100 went with my deposit this morning. You can see right here, there's the deposit of $100, and there were 11 buys. Let's go and see what I bought. And first up, Best Buy, $4.76, and then Kellogg's for $4.26. Leggett & Platt, $5 even, and then Duke at $6.68. General Mills at $7.74, and this looks like the largest buy of the $100 is into O Realty. As we know, real estate has been down lately, and O Realty has not been an exception. And then next up, Starbucks. Looks like this is the second largest buy at $18.53. And then Fifth Third Banks, we know banks have been struggling as well, $8.26. Coca-Cola, $7.61. Lockheed Martin at even dollar. And then Pfizer at $6.97. So what we're going to do next is we're going to see what this $100 did to my average monthly income. I'm going to bounce over to a Google Sheets spreadsheet. I'll put a link below, and this shows every single position that's in my portfolio, and you can see the company ticker. Here's the share price. Here's the number of shares that I own. You can see SCHD right here at the very top. I own over 1,100 shares there. You can see the market value. My cost basis, here's my gain or loss, and this also factors in the dividends I've received. We can see here the dividend per share. This is quarterly, so 67 cents for SCHD quarterly. The reason why I have it in purple is it's variable. SCHD has a different dividend every quarter that they announce. You can see here's the current yield. Here's the current yield, actually the yield on my cost, and here's the dividend pay date, and this is what I organized this sheet by. I sort it by the pay date. And you can see here there's the estimated dividend, that if nothing changes, I don't buy any more shares, and as long as the dividend per share price stays the same, that is what I will get paid. But of course that differs because sometimes I buy things before or after the X dividend date. And here's the actual dividends paid within the month, and we're in August. You can see this is where my dividends started. We'll just do a quick tally here. You can see we're up to $259.83 so far in the month of August, and I've got Starbucks, KKR, and BST left to pay me. You can see here in this column it shows the dividends that each investment has paid me. And I also track the last increase in the dividend. And I like to invest in stocks that pay a rising dividend. Not all of them do that. Sometimes they skip a year. And if they cut their dividend, they're cut out of my portfolio. And the last cut I had was with medical properties. They halved their dividend. And so I sold them out of my portfolio. And companies like a Best Buy, they've been raising their dividend for quite some time. You can see I put the increase month of when these companies are increasing their dividends. You can see in September we've got one coming up. American Tower is likely to announce a dividend increase, as well as Verizon. So back to the point where I was talking about my average monthly dividend income. I track that on this sheet. You can see right now my monthly cash flow average. Right now I'm at $837.92, and I have to do an average because most companies pay in the last month of the quarter. You can see those are in the darks and that dark greens, and that's going to be in September. I'm going to get my largest payouts. The largest payouts for me are in March, June, September, and December. So August is going to be one of the smaller ones. July was the same way. You can see here on the dividend tracker sheets, I show that. You can see July was $551. We'll see what we get for August. It's going to be a little bit more, but September is going to be the bigger one. It's going to beat this $13.62, but of course we'll see what it does. So in order to update this sheet to show my new monthly cash flow average, I have to pull some information from M1, and the M1 Holdings tab. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select that data, starting with the name column, and just go all the way down. Everything is sorted from my largest position, which is SCHD, to my smallest, which is right now American States Water. I know some people have scripts or other tracking tools, and for me, I've developed this. I think it's really easy. I don't have to wait for Plaid or anything else to load. I just dump it all over to the M1 data tab, and what it's going to do is it's going to change the shares of those companies where I bought additional shares, and it's also going to change my cost basis as well. So I'm going to go to the M1 data tab over here. I'm just going to do a pay special, values only, and it takes a second to update that. And once that's done, we're going to bounce back over to the dividend portfolio tab, and now we're up to $838.28. I have a monthly average dividend tracking tab as well. It's a ledger where I keep track of any events. Say I make a deposit like I did this morning, or I sell something, or there's a dividend increase or a dividend cut. It all goes into the monthly average dividend tracking sheet. I'm going to put that $838.28 in there. Right here. You can see the event. This was a $100 deposit. And what it did was it changed my monthly income. It increased it by 36 cents. And right above it, you can see in the red, there is a minus $3.14. And to explain this, what happened was Extra Space paid a partial dividend earlier. I think it was in July. And then they just kind of paid the remainder in this month. And so it makes it look like it's actually lower, since they're just paying that amount in August, but actually it's not true. So it's gonna, like I said, this will go back up on the next dividend declaration. That 314, it's going to be a plus 314 once it goes back to the normal dividend rates, when it pays it all in one lump sum instead of spreading it out. And that's what happened here. So let's take a look at the Dividend Tracker tab real quick. You can see I've been tracking this portfolio since January 2021. That's when I started doing these videos as well. You can see the first month when I tracked my dividends, I got $37.41. And you can see how the portfolio value has been going up and the dividends paid has been going up as well. You can see the quarterly totals have been going up. You can see the quarter-on-quarter increases, as well as annual dividends in 2021 there. The total almost reached $3,000 in 2021. Actually, I should say 2022. Let's correct that little typo. And then let's take a look at just so far. We're not done yet in 2023, and we're at 55, 52, so we're already crushing the dividends in 2022, and we're not nearly done with 2023. And this, the average monthly dividend, this is really important because this is really cash flow coming out of this portfolio. You can see when I started tracking this in May, it was just over $50, and now we're up to $838.28. Just in the month of August alone, the increase, it's been an additional $13.56 for an increase of 1.64%. And this is the amount I've deposited. That's the extra $100. It was at 23. I just kicked it up another $100. And you can see how this is just going up and up. There was an exception in March. You can see here SCHD, and this is typical. SCHD in March pays a lower dividend, so it lowered my average monthly dividend in that month, but it has since increased. I think this was in February. It was JEPI who lowered their dividend. I've since sold them. I need stable performers as far as dividend payers, and JEPI just was not cutting it for me, so I cut them out of the portfolio. You can see here in July, it looks like we were at 214, but we're down in, you can see in August we're down $7,000, but you can see the dividend income is increasing. So that to me is really important. I want steady paychecks. Even though it's nice to have a nice high portfolio value, the point of investing in dividend stocks is to have that steady and increasing paycheck. So in summary, let's go back to those buys real quick. I know a lot of people are curious as to what people are buying and when. I think that's really important. You can see again, Best Buy, Kellogg's, Leggett & Platt, Duke, General Mills, and O was the pick, the big pick of the week, along with Starbucks in second. You can see Fifth Third in there, Coca-Cola, Lockheed, and Pfizer as well. So thanks everyone for sticking to the end. If you got value from this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe because I do other videos as well. I do a monthly recap of my dividends, and I also do a recap of my spending, because if you don't have a gap at the end of the month, you're going to have nothing to invest. You have nothing to build your portfolio with, and it's very important to have that gap. And I also show the changes in my net worth as well. And if things are going the way they are, or they continue in August, looks like my net worth, no matter if I have a gap or not, looks like it's going to go down, because just in August we've kind of given up those gains that we had in July. So that's all I had, and thanks again everybody. I hope everyone has a great week, and everybody take care.